Hi there, my name's Donquap. So today I have a Hecarim guide for you guys. In my opinion, I think Hecarim is probably one of the strongest top laners in the meta right now. He's got a lot of really strong matchups and he can just completely dominate the game. So in this game, I pretty much hard carried and I'm going to take you through all the decisions that I made and a few of the mistakes that I made and how you can do those as well. So let's get started. Okay, so first thing I buy, Corrupting Potion. Corrupting Potion is just way too good on Hecarim. You need the mana, you need the HP. It gives you lane dominance, it gives you everything you need. Corrupting Potion. Don't go Doran's Blade, don't go anything else, just Corrupting Potion. This is what you want. So I'm against Fizz. Fizz versus Hecarim. Fizz has a slight advantage. It's a skill matchup, but Fizz has, I would say, a slight advantage. Post level 6. In the early game, I would say Hecarim wins, but after he gets his Shark, I would say Fizz wins. So we're going to skip ahead right over to the laning phase. And so this laning phase is just pretty standard. You don't want to push too hard. You don't want to be pushed in too hard. So you just want the wave like right here. You just want to mirror the opponent's auto attacks, and you just want to freeze the wave just right in the middle right here, okay? You don't want to miss too much. You don't want to give him too much. And just have it really nice and even. So Fizz did some pretty big mistakes here, which is he kind of pushed up the wave a little bit faster than me. So like these minions, he missed both of those minions. He took damage for the top minion, and he missed the other one because he didn't want to take damage. So the wave is pushing slightly into me, alright, and he hit level 2. Okay, so big thing right here, okay? You always hear about the level 2 power spike. We got level 2's power spike. Go in, you got your level 2. Right, so right now he is definitely stronger than me. He's not in range for his Q. I think his Q is like I'm just slightly out of range of his Q. So here's the mistake that he makes though. So when you hit your level 2 power spike, you have to make sure that your opponent also doesn't hit his level 2 at the same time you go in, right? Because I'm actually 1 minion away from getting my level 2 power spike as well. So all I need to do is kill this minion, right? And I know Fizz is looking to go in. So as soon as he goes in, I kill this minion, and I hit my level 2. I hit my level 2, I pop my shit, and I pop my ghost, and I just first blood right there. 2 minutes 40 seconds I get first blood. So let's go back really quick and see why that worked. So like I said, he goes in. I'm still level 1. He's level 2. He's got W and he's got I can't click on him, but he's got W and he's got Q, right? And he does more damage. But I hit level 2 off that minion. And look what happens. These 3 minions are focusing Fizz now because he's auto-attacking me. These minions at the back are not in range to auto-attack me, so they focus these minions instead, alright? So I'm getting extra damage from my wave, and Fizz can't afford to trade inside my own wave. So he's just losing just a little bit of damage here, and pop. That's it, alright? He popped his Ignite too, and he still lost. So that's why that worked. So I'm not going to push up the wave because I know Fizz, he's got TP, he's going to be up in 3 seconds. So I know he's going to just TP back. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go back. I'm going to buy Null Magic Mantle. Even though I'm ahead, I don't like buying damage early on Hecarim because it doesn't really do much for you. Just get Trinity Force and you're pretty much set. And you should be okay. So you get early tank stats in order to be able to dive and in order to be able to 1v1. So right there, Elise, she just came in for a gank, and top lane's over. It's already done. All right, I'm like 2 kills ahead, and this game is pretty much over. So going back right here, there's one slight thing I want to point out. So instead of just going right in on the Fizz, because I know Elise is already here, instead I go in and I finish off a minion so I can hit my level 3. I can hit my level 3 so I can get my devastating charge, and so I can actually push Fizz back, alright? I know Fizz still has flash, so this pretty much guarantees us getting a kill without Elise having to burn her flash. So that was just another little thing to point out there. So I'm just going to freeze it here, and there's no reason for me to really do anything. I'm going to, chop up a few of the melee minions so it doesn't push too fast into my tower, so that this wave can actually get there before these guys hit the tower. And Fizz, at this point, Fizz is pretty much fucked. Like, top lane's over. Okay, so right here, I see that Elise is pinging for the red. I see Wukong, he's pretty low. Elise is looking for the kill, but their entire team is already there. So me and TF head in, I'm looking to kill Anivia, but like, okay, so the reason that I was pathing over here was because I was clicking behind Anivia, and the way that the wall works is that it's just treated as actual terrain. So the only way to get here is to go all the way around instead of just. So yeah, so I fucked up the pathing just slightly there, and that's why the Anivia just didn't die. I don't know why Elise flashed over here. She should have flashed over here, but either way, we still get the Wukong kill because TF flashed, and we probably could have killed Anivia if I didn't do that weird pathing thing, but in the end, it's all fine. Elise for Wukong, 1 for 1. TF gets the kill. TF picks up blue buff, so now mid lane is super ahead. So after that exchange, I head back into the lane with Fizz. I'm a full level ahead of him, but I know this wave is not going to freeze on me, so I'm not going to make any attempts to do so. And I know the red buff is still up, so I know that Wukong will probably go back there, so he's still going to be topside. So I know for a fact that I'm going to get 1v2'd. So instead of just staying here and laning with Fizz, what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to push. I'm going to have 2 waves crash into Fizz's tower so I can get a free back. This way I can buy Merc Treads. Merc Treads and Ninja Tabbies are pretty much the only 2 items you want to start on Hecarim. Like, boots are already, like, boots in general are really good, but they're just disgusting on Hecarim because of his passive. Like, just buying boots gives you, I think it gives you, like, at least, I think it's like 20 more AD or something. I don't know. It's a lot, but it's really worth it to just buy Merc Treads or Ninja Tabbies because it just makes you such a strong duelist, and it makes you tanky. Okay, so fast forward, back in lane with Fizz. His minion wave is crashing towards me. I see Wukong. He's bot side now, so I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever I want up in the top side. I can just freeze it. I can just wait for this minion wave to like come right over here and freeze it. What Hecarim needs in order to kill his opponents is space. That's the most important thing. All right, top lane is really long, and that's why he's like really suited for it. He just needs a lot of space to get those Qs in, right? So here, I know Fizz is going to lose this. I can just pop Ghost, and, you know, I'm, like, super ahead right now, so I can just destroy him. Ignore the pink ward. The pink ward, okay, the pink ward was, okay, it was intentional, all right? It wasn't, this is my version of teabagging, okay? I can't teabag directly, so I put Draven over them to teabag. Okay, it was completely intentional, all right? This is how you properly BM. You say, I don't even need this 100 gold or 75 gold pink ward, alright? That's how you properly BM. I promise it wasn't a mistake. So, I'm looking at bot, and I can see that TF is having a little bit of trouble right here. I don't think he's going to get out alive. He barely dies. Alright. Now, I have TP. I had TP for the entire duration, but I didn't want to TP because I was low, and I still had mana, and I still wanted to buy something. So I go back to base, but I'm not going to TP just yet, okay? Because TPing right now is, you know, still not a great idea. I know Wukong is looking to go back in, so I'm just waiting for these guys to do something stupid to overcommit just a little bit more. So I'm just sitting there. I see Wukong. As soon as he goes in, I start channeling the TP. All right, and then I click E, and then I use Alt. I go for the Lucian first, and then I go for the Sona. Double kill right there. And Wukong, I'm just going to eventually chase him down, so he decides that he's just going to try to get Elise. Elise plays this pretty well, and she just gives me another kill. So I'm now 5-0, okay? I'm an absolute monster, okay? 5 kills at 8 minutes. So that's about, what is that? I don't know. That's not a kill a minute, but it's pretty fucking good. Okay, so fast forward. I went back to base, I bought a few items, I purchased Sheen and the pieces of my Phage. I had enough for Phage or for Sheen, but I decided to go for Sheen because I like the shorter trades on Fizz. And I probably would usually go Phage, but since I'm so ahead, I decided to go for the Sheen. So, I outtrade Fizz. There's no way that he's going to be able to kill me, but unfortunately, there's no way I'm going to be able to kill him without my ultimate and my Ghost. So I'm just gonna have to wait until those comes back up because, you know, he has his E. He's still got plenty of mobility because, you know, he's Fizz, right? So I gotta wait for my other cooldowns to come back up. I see Wukong right here. I know he's there. I back off just a little bit, and as soon as he sees that, he backs off as well, right? So he has to be wary of this because I've got 5 kills, so it's not unlikely that I would be able to 1v2, right? So I head over down to mid lane. It's very obvious that this is like these are the enemy pings, so they know they know I'm coming. Right, so Anivia just plays back safe. I'm just sitting here seeing if I can really get anything, because I can't really do anything up here. I know Wukong is around this area, so I don't really want to get caught out by anything. So I'm just playing it safe. And Fizz, he goes in, right? The reason I take this fight is because I see Elise is coming. Okay? And that was a really nice E by Fizz, and he probably would have won that duel if Elise wasn't there. But I had all the confidence that I would 100% win that because of Elise being there. So this is what I was talking about when I was saying like Fizz versus Hecarim. Fizz actually does have the advantage post level 6 because you saw how much damage he was actually doing to me, even though I had 5 kills, right? And this is why most of the time in the Hecarim versus Fizz matchup is where you want to buy Spectre's Cowl instead of what I've bought. All right, the only reason I'm actually buying this shit is because I've got 5 kills. So. TF goes down bot. He gets a really nice double here. Good on him. So I head mid. Alright, so that's what you want to do. You see mid lane going bot, right? Mid lane's going to stay bot, farm this out. I'm going to go mid, and I'm going to gank Anivia with Elise. Anivia comes in from the left side. I come in from the right side. And we just destroy the bird. So now I got 6 kills. Alright, 6 kills at 11 minutes. Fast forward. I'm back in lane. I am here with Fizz, and I don't really know why he's looking to fight me here. I guess he thought that all those minions would help him, but all those minions just instantly died to my Q, and I'm just chopping away at him right now. Like, there's no way he can actually fight me. You have to ult at the beginning so you get that damage amplification, so you have any sort of chance, but he didn't even do that. So, yeah, he just died because he's behind. Now, looking at mid, I see that TF is shoving up. I'm going to go back to base, and I see that he's getting ganked by Wukong. So, I don't TP right now. I go back to base, and I buy my Triforce first before I TP, because Triforce is such a huge power spike on Hecarim. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And, yeah, look at that damage. It's just not even close, right? I don't really know why Anivia stayed here, but I guess she thought she could outplay me. But right here, she throws her thing, she throws her stun, and I just dodge it with my ult. And even if you don't dodge stuff with your ult still like kind of negates it, because while you're in the ultimate animation, you can't be disabled. So even if you get stunned by like CC and stuff, you still won't really be stunned because you'll still just be flying through the air during that time. I'm now 9-0 at 12 minutes. I pick up mid tower, best tower to pick up. And I head back up top. I have red buff now. I am now 2 levels? How many levels? I'm 3 levels up on Fizz. So usually I would probably freeze it right there, but since I'm like just so ridiculously ahead, there's really no point in freezing it, because right now my lane is already won. Okay, I don't need to win my lane anymore. Fizz he's 0-5. He's got 65 farm. He's been completely shut down. What I want now is to win everyone else's lane, alright? TF is doing well, but bot lane so far isn't doing so well. Ashe is 1-2. Janna, she's got 5 assists, which is pretty good, but Lucian has 1-3, but he's still got more farm than Ashe, so he's still slightly stronger. So what I'm looking for now is just roams around the map. And yeah, Lucian just 1v1 Ashe. And right here, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for this Wukong to just go in on this TF. And once he shows himself, I'm just going on Wukong. I just ult. There's no don't save your stuff, alright? If you know your ult, your ghost, whatever can get you kills, just go for it. Just go for it and get them. Right? Hecarim, Triforce gives you 20% CDR now. So your ult is on, I believe it's like a 2-minute cooldown, which is pretty good for an ult like Hecarim's. What is it? That's a 72-second cooldown at level 11. So it's really, really nice. I do have blue buff though, so that kind of imbalances it a little bit. But you don't really need to save your Ghost. You don't really need to save your ults. Both of those are really short cooldowns for what they do for you. So there's really no need to hold back. Here TF and Janna are throwing a little bit, but me and Elise just take Dragon. And yeah, I guess they just went the wrong way. So right here, I see Lucian is roaming, or not roaming, but rotating down, and I assume that he's looking to defend this tower from Ashe. So what I immediately assume is, okay, I'll just wait here, because I'm thinking that something over here is warded. And this brush is actually, here I'll show you, this brush is actually pinked, but at least didn't see it. So I'm just going to stand right here on top of the speed buff, because I know with my E and the speed buff and Ghost that I can just get to at least in like half a second. So instead of just like sticking with your teammates, kind of stick a little bit behind your teammates so you can just charge in a few seconds. And Elise comes in. Wukong was there as well. I just ignore the Wukong. I just go straight in for the Lucian. All right. I'm not chasing the Wukong because I know I'm not gonna get there because I used my E, I used my Ghost, I already used everything, but they still got her anyway. Ashe hit her with an arrow. So all right. So now I am 11-0 at looking down 16. Bot lane. I see it's a TP. I assumed it was Fizz, but it's actually a Nivea. Nivea just goes straight in for Ashe. Ashe kind of gets owned here, and she goes down. Elise pops her egg, but she's not going to be able to kill the bird, unfortunately. So I roam down. I see TF is already top lane, so there's no real reason for me to go top lane. I know he probably won't die to Fizz, so I'm just going to go around the map and try to kill other people in other places, right? So I saw Sona and Anivia here. I can assume that Anivia will probably go back to base because she's Anivia and she doesn't really rotate very well. And I can assume that because Lucian is mid, his support will likely follow him. So I just kind of sit here. I'm waiting for Sona. I see Sona on the ward. As soon as I see Sona, I pop Yumu's Ghostblade. Now, Yumu's Ghostblade, I generally would not recommend buying Yumu's Ghostblade, but I'm 11-0, so I can buy whatever the fuck I want. Generally, what I would recommend buying is buying a Frozen Heart, because with Trinity Force and Frozen Heart, you already get 40% CDR. So with that 40% CDR, your ultimate is like a... what is it? I think it's like a 72-second cooldown, I think, at rank 2. So it's just disgusting. So generally, don't buy Yumu's Ghostblade, but if you're ridiculously ahead like I am, you can buy it. So I pick up Yumu's. Look at that damage. It's absolutely disgusting, right? So here I did make a mistake though. I should have ulted Lucian here instead of ulting Sona. I ulted Sona, but I thought maybe that the red buff burn would be enough to kill Sona, but unfortunately her heal was just strong enough to keep her alive. So I had to burn my ult in order to finish off Sona. And I charged back in for Lucian, but Wukong was there. And I just barely died there. They healed and smited me, so it's just enough speed up to kill me. When you're playing Hecarim, you should just be going for the carries pretty much all the time, right? You just the Sona meant nothing, really. I should just destroyed the Lucian, unfortunately. So I get shut down. 12-1 now, unfortunately. Perfect game is gone. Ashe dies mid, and that sucks, but nothing you can really do about that. At least gets bot. So I'm back up. I have TP. I have a pretty big speed up. So I TP over here, and I'm just gonna... what I'm doing here is, I know I probably can't kill Fizz. I just want to see how much damage I actually do to Fizz. So based on that Trinity Force auto attack, pretty much nothing. Right, Jano's coming up there to try and help me just sort of snare and CC the Fizz, but I decided I'm not going to go for it because, you know, like, chasing for a Fizz that's 0 and 5 just isn't really... because even if I killed him, I would have gained the same amount of gold as just farming out that wave. So just keep that in mind. You know, using that many resources for someone who's already 0 and 5 just it's not really worth it. Not worth your, you know, resources or your time. Alright, so fast forward, I'm going back to base. TF is looking to make play on Wukong. Wukong just immediately flashes out of that. He's really scared of this Twisted Fate. I don't really know what they're doing here now. I feel like they're just overcommitting here. I feel like Fizz should just have been able to kill him right there. But I don't really know what Wukong was doing there. He was just kind of getting desperate for kills. TF is really low, so he decides that he's just going to head over to bot lane and farm out the wave there. We can't really siege because they have an Anivia, and against champions like Anivia, Ziggs, stuff like that, you can't 5-man down mid lane because you know, it's just look at this. I'm ridiculously ahead, but I can't dive this because of this, you know, this field. I can't cross that zone, right? So what we need to do instead is we just need to 1-3-1 split. All right, me in the top lane, TF in the bot lane, and just start split pushing and getting pressure in a bunch of different spots. So I push the wave up. I know Dragon's going to be up in a few seconds, in about 20 seconds. So I know that someone is probably going to come down mid lane. So I'm just standing in this brush. All right, I know that this area is unlikely to be warded because Fizz has pretty much no control over his lane. And I'm just going to sit here. Just going to sit here with my Yumu's Ghostblade. I'm going to wait for someone to come in. And I'm going to be able to get a flank over here somehow. So I get a little bit impatient. I see Lucian, I pop my Yumu's, and I just go in on him. I just start hitting him. I completely fucked up that ultimate. That ultimate was not even funny, and I paid for it with my life. It was just... I don't know what happened with that ult. I don't know. I don't even have an excuse for that one. That was just... Like, look at this shit. This is... I mean, that ultimate was just... This was just sad. I don't. What was I doing? I don't know. But that was. I really don't know what I was doing. You know what I was doing? I was giving them hope. That's what I'm doing. I'm a hope giver. Okay. I was giving them hope that they could win, so that my victory would be sweeter. That's what that was. Okay. So fast forward. Like I said, Anivia, you can't siege against Anivia. So what we need to do is we need to split push. So I'm just going to tell my team, okay, I'm going down bot lane. I have teleport. Get wards down for me, and I should be able to help you guys. So I go down bot, and I just start splitting. That's it. I just start pushing. But my team they're really thirsty. They're going in for Fizz for some reason. He's 0-5, but he's still able to kill Twisted Fate through all that. So that just shows you how strong Fizz is right now. And Elise and Twisted Fate die. Janna gets caught, and that's pretty much it, yeah. So Anivia TP's here. That was a pretty dumb TP by her because, like, there's only one way that this can really end for her. Either she blows a flash or she dies. And I don't know why Ashe was staying. There's like a bunch of people there. But she still stuck around for like a few more minions, so she still died. So remember one thing about solo queue is that there is no such thing as a game that is unthrowable. Okay, every single game is unthrowable. I have 12 kills by 24 minutes, and this is still a very losable game. So right here, when your team starts throwing, you gotta step up and you gotta start shot calling. Okay, so obviously my split push strategy wasn't working because my team was still engaging for whatever reason. So I decided, okay, we're just gonna go do Baron. Okay, we're really strong. They're not that strong, and we're just gonna do it. We're not gonna wait for Ashe. We don't need Ashe. Ashe is not that strong. She's 2-6. I am ridiculously strong. I have Yumu's Ghostblade. I have Trending Force. We have Elise. All right, so we just go on it, right? I don't see the jungler, and if there is a jungler, I can just ult over and I can destroy him. Right? So we just go on the Baron, and I say, let's just take Baron, and we take it. That's it. That's it. When you're strong, you just make the calls, okay? People will follow when you're this ahead. People will follow any fucking call you make, okay? Because you're the alpha or whatever, you know. So right here, the whole team is gathered. Wukong goes in for the engage, okay? So I'm gonna pause it right here. I see Wukong. He is shredding through my team. He's doing some pretty decent damage to me. But Anivia and Sona are back here, and Fizz is coming up here. So I could dive in for the Anivia, but I'm going to get Sona ulted, I'm going to get Fizz ulted, and I'm going to get destroyed. So instead, I'm just going to focus the front line, alright? Just chip away at the front line, get healed up by Janna, and just start chucking them like this. Alright, I'm going to make sure that Ashe has no threats to her before I start killing anyone else, right? I knock Sona back, I get a double kill. I can now just chase down Anivia. I got Ghost, I got my E in a few seconds. I see Wukong, so I decided to go for him instead. I could have gone for the Anivia, but I figured, let's just go for the Wukong. Just tilt him a little bit more. I got a triple kill, and my team is now pushing top. Alright, that's it. Just make the calls, okay? When you're ridiculously ahead, if you're the most fed person on the team, your team will follow like 100% of your calls. I swear to you. Every single game, if you're just the carry, they will follow you. That's it. Just make the calls and they'll do what you ask. So here I make a pretty big mistake. I got walled in by Anivia, and I like really close to dying. But my Yumu's came back up, and he barely was out of range, and my entire team just like sort of ran to help me. So that was nice of him. I don't think I really needed it because I got Yumu's, and I don't think that Fizz would have caught up to me anyway. So okay, so right here, I'm back in base. I'm full HP. I bought Spirit Visage, and I have TP. So I could TP right now to one of these minions and flank the entire team, but I decided not to because, like I said earlier, Hecarim needs space, okay? He needs a lot of space in order to shred the entire team. And I know they're going to keep chasing because at this point they're really desperate, alright? So this is just to seal the deal. And I TP'd to the tower when I knew that they were like too deep to really retreat. And I just shred through them. I saw Lucian around here, and there he is. And the game's over. Alright, so that was just an example of just completely taking over the game on Hecarim, taking an early game lead, and roaming around the map and just killing everything. So here's the runes and masteries I'm running for Hecarim. Armor Pent reds, movement speed quints, scaling HP yellows, and flat MR blues. So most of Hecarim's damage comes from his Q, which is in base damage. So when you have base damage abilities, what you want is armor penetration, not more physical damage, because most of Hecarim's abilities scale off bonus AD, and getting flat AD just doesn't really do it for him. He's also in the top lane, so most people usually build armor anyway, so the armor penetration is much better than the reds. Scaling HP over armor, because right now HP is just better than armor on most champions. Movement speed quints, because movement speed is awesome, and movement speed gives Hecarim more bonus AD, which makes him do more damage, so that's awesome. And just MR blues, because they're nice. And for masteries, I go 18, 0, 12. I get the insight, so my ghost is only 153 seconds instead of 180 seconds. Fervor of Battle is ridiculously good right now. You used to go Grasp, but they kept nerfing Grasp, so now Grasp is underwhelming and not really that good. And Fervor is just really nice on Hecarim. You get those Qs in, you get your W in, and you just get those stacks really well. So that's my Hecarim guide. I hope you learned something, hope you enjoyed, and I will be back tomorrow. So, see ya!